First, I gotta mention characters that, were in other shows that they reused for this show. Of course, we had the dude that played the dad in Good Luck Charlie play Evil Man last season. He actually does make a reappearance for one episode where they think he's being evil again, so Phoebe has to spy on him, but she doesn't want to put him in jail because she's dating his son, It would ruin him. But it turns out to be a test from the Hero League. It's a pretty cool episode. Did not expect him to return, thought he would be a one-off character. Because there's an episode in the previous season where they could have brought him back, but they didn't. They were like, oh yeah, his dad wants linked to golf and play tennis and stuff at the country club. But he never shows up. Not even for a second. And we actually get his wife from Good Luck Charlie in an episode where Blobbin returns and he has Nora and Billy babysit his dog. And in the beginning of the episode, Max tweaked the animalizer to turn animals into humans. He does it on a raccoon in the beginning of the episode, kind of hinting at what's going to happen later. So they eventually turned Blobbin's dog into a human to pretend to be the mom or something. Because Nora and Billy got their tablet taken away at school. And they didn't want to tell their mom, so they turned the dog into the mom. And it's played by the girl that is Amy Duncan in, Good Luck Charlie. I never cared for her in that show. She was my least favorite character. All the side characters are better than her. She was just kind of there. So yeah, she makes an appearance. I know that seems a bit harsh, but she's not the best person in real life. And she wasn't really good in the show, so I don't really care. She's just such a bland character. Everybody else had something. Anyways, we had one other character, Ricky, from Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn, plays Link's little brother in an episode. And he becomes evil because of an eye patch that Max made based off Evil Man's eye patch. And Evan returns for not one but two episodes, a minor character in the first and second season. And he turns out to be a 50-year-old man. He shows up in one episode and has like a date with his lizard or something. Then he returns, they get rid of that weird thing. They're like, oh yeah, they're just friends. Like, I'm glad they didn't try and normalize dating a lizard. That shit was weird. Why would they even make that as a joke, bro? And then not say anything about it for an entire episode. Eventually, he turns out to be working for the Hero League, and his superpower is never aging. So he's actually a 50-year-old man, but he looks like a teenager. So now that his cover is blown, he doesn't go there anymore, so we never see him again in this season. He could reappear next season, but I highly doubt it. Tyler does not make a reappearance, though. And neither does the other band member of Max's, so clearly, yes, Wolfgang was a replacement. Even though they never said that dude was getting replaced. They just kinda got rid of him. Of course, we got this big season finale where Max truly becomes a villain and takes all of his family's powers and stuff. He gets his powers taken away for half a second. I wish it would have been a little bit longer, but it didn't last very long. We didn't even get to, a scene of him trying to adapt without his powers. Like, maybe, him trying to use his telekinesis or something. He usually would, and then, obviously not being able to do it, just out of habit. But now he gets his powers taken away by Phoebe, he gets mad at her, and then a few minutes later, he just kind of has it back. It's very, very lazy. They make Phoebe a superhero in like the beginning of the episode, like really fast. She goes and saves people, and now the Hiddenville, has a superhero. They have Thunder Girl. Because, obviously they have been doing barely anything superhero like throughout the entire 3 seasons. Occasionally they'll do something. And they only really become superheroes during the finals. Like the part 1 and part 2 of season 2, Phoebe was a superhero and everybody else tried to do something. And now they're doing that in this one. It's like they just save it for, the big shit. It kind of makes sense why they're not, as much of a superhero. Because, they're not in Metroburg anymore. Superhero places, supervillains. But come on, man. Occasionally they would be able to stop a petty crime or something. Because they shove that into the big main event thing where, Billy and Nora stop a, purse snatcher that easily could have been in another episode, but they made it for this big episode. Just for, another side plot out of the many plots that were in this episode. I still think it was pretty good. I honestly think it should have ended on this season, in the scene where they all take a picture together in the prom dance. But it keeps going, and they set up another season. So, that's that. I don't really remember much of the show with them, with their powers and stuff. So it'll be cool them just using their powers in public. So, maybe I'll remember the episodes when I start watching it. Yeah, that's about it.